Hi all, this is Kunal, and today I am going to discuss about the topic called EDA. I mean Exploratory Data Analysis. That is the one of the uh, um, uh, data pre-processing part of any machine learning algorithm. So as a part of EDA, first of all we understand uh, the business objective that we want to achieve as a part of EDA, and we also need to source the data or data files, and and then we understand, we can go through the data dictionary and understand what kind of data we have. And once we understand the business problem and we got the data, so next step is to understand the data summary. So in data summary what we do, we understand what are the how many rows we have, how many columns we have, and what kind of data we have, and we also try to understand the type of data, and type of data means what are the different columns, what are different type of columns, or other data types we have. So once we get the summary about the data, what the next step is called, we perform, uh, is called data cleaning. So in data cleaning, basically what we do, we try to see is there any null value present or not in the data, and that is the one part. And other part is see, if we have unnecessary rows or duplicate rows or not. Some one part is also we can say that some of the data, we have a data from 2017 to 2023, but what we are interested in performing the analysis from 2020 to 2003 or 2023. So the data from 2017 to 2020 we can remove it. So that's called a unnecessary data that will not uh, take part in performing the analysis. So whatever the irrelevant data we have, we can remove those data. And other, we say that we check for the if there is any duplicate data or not. If it is a duplicate data, we have to remove it. So that is the, we have talked about the rows part. There could be some a possibility that, we say that if it is a column, so there might be a lot of columns that will not take part into the analysis, and we have to figure out what are the columns uh, that that are uh, not taking part into the analysis, and we have to remove those column also. So there could be multiple scenario, maybe some of the data that is not relevant for analysis, that is the one things. Some of the data they don't have a data, I means all the columns are having the null, or all all the rows for that column, can have a same unique value. So even if we have a unique value for all the rows for same column, that will doesn't make any sense to be a part of analysis. Uh, if it is a ID kind of things, we have to remove it. If it is a textual informations, we also need to improve it, because that is not going to take any not going to uh, participate in analysis, and not giving any meaningful value into that. So once we done with the data cleaning, we have to check for the kind of data types, and if data is not into proper format, we need to convert into the standard format. uh, Sometimes what may happen, if we some of the columns are called as a maybe a int or float, but the values could be of object type, that is the one, or string type. And some data contains a kind of concatenated with some of the string value, that we have to remove the string part from the numeric part. And we also need to check for the categorical data. So there could be two kind of data: categorical data or numeric data. In categorical we could have called ordered categorical or non-ordered categorical. So those we have to understand it. So once we done, then we have to see if there is a null value or any value present into the data. Either we can drop it or impute the rows. So there is a there is a way if data percentage of data uh, of a row containing as a NA is less than 5% or 5%, we can easily drop those value because it's not a very huge. And if it is greater than that, then we try to impute the rows. There are different mechanism of imputing the rows. So for numeric value is a different, and for categorical value it is different. So some people use some basically called if it is numeric value, then we go for either mean but better than even if we have some kind of outliers, then if it is very high value, we cannot get the proper mean. So some people better to use median values, and if it is a categorical data, then we have to go we choose modes. And but there's other way also. But to have a right data, we can check for some external sources, or we can ask for the client or to check with the data if we can impute from the other sources. And for categorical value, we can whatever the missing value we have, we can replace with the other value. So this is the other part. And we have to see if it is outlier, then we have to remove the assertive outlier. There is a way to achieve it. And univariant, after the data we don't have any null value, or data is not duplicated and data into the standard format, then we can perform the actual EDA. And the EDA is called univariant. The first step of EDA analysis is called univariant analysis. In univariant analysis, there are two parts: one for categorical value and other for numeric value. In numeric value, we generally try to see that what are the distribution of the data, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, and how the data is distributed. We can also check for some standard variations, standard deviation. And if it is categorical value, we see the occurrence of the data, or like a mode value or mode of the data. How many data is repeating, what are the different unique value coming as a part of categorical data. And once we're done with the univariant analysis, we can actually draw the. So for if we go for the univariant analysis for categorical variable, we draw the bar chart, and for numeric variable we either draw histogram, or we draw the box plot. So using that, we can see that the distribution of the data, and also we can figure out if there is any outlier value or not. And after that, we go for bivariant analysis. In bivariant analysis, what we do, we basically there are two. If we perform analysis, there are two kind of variable. One is called dependent variable, and that is also called target variable or target feature. And there are independent variable, we call as a independent feature. So independent feature basically we have to see the relations between the independent variable and the target variable. So for each pair, we do like for each one of the independent variable, and we try to see how it is affecting the target variable. That is called the bivariant analysis. And bivariant analysis, we do the bar. Either we can go for bar chart, and we have to see the comparison graph. That is the we can achieve it. And once we done with the bivariant analysis, then we have to check for correlations. So correlation means there are two things. We have to see the dependency of independent variable to the target variable, how much one independent variable is correlated with the dependent variable. I mean, how much it is affecting the dependent variable. And other, we also see that if there is a relationship between among the independent variable or not. So correlation there, if it is a we generally do with using the heat maps, and or we call it a pair plot, and see if the value is the heat map matrix is around 0, then it is not correlated. But if it is around 1, so it means a highly we can say that it's a positive correlated. And if it is around the -1, it's a negative correlated. So negative positive correlated means if increasing one value, it will increase the other value, and negative correlator means increasing the one value will decrease the other value. So we have to figure out these are the relations. And suppose if we have a independent variable are having high correlations, so we can just drop other variable, because it might be possible that those variable has been derived from each others. Once we done from the correlations, so the conclusion part is that we just need to try to uh, uh, figure out the inferences from above analysis and generate the report and see what are the independent variable can be future used, and what are the top variable that can help me to achieve my business objective, and what are the independent variable are taking majorly contributing into the target variable. So those information we can write from the EDA. And so today this is the very high level idea we have got about the EDA. So basically today we discuss about what are the point, what are the steps we need to perform as a part of EDA. In